Well, welcome back to Downforce Discussions. If you're a new listener, old listener, we are going to be covering all things Spanish Grand Prix. Nat, you were there. Do you want to
I
take us
want
away? How was your experience?
the atmosphere was crazy. Like if I tell you not, you could have said that Fernando was the one winning instead of Oscar. When he got the 10th position, everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's got a point!" And everyone was celebrating the point, and it was so crazy because you could not hear the narrator telling anything, and somehow everyone went quiet, and you hear he's it's ninth, and everyone made the math and we're 2 points. It was crazy. But
That's literally
everything,
what it was like with Connor watching next to me. Is when he went off into the gravel at one point, Connor literally stood up and was like, "I'm going home. Bye, see ya." And then by the end of the race, he was like,
it was crazy. Everyone like lost,
But
like was like,
I'm
no.
curious how they reacted to Liam
Mm.
there.
Oh, everyone was like, get him, come on. I had a boy sitting during practice because every
Mm.
single I was only sitting on my like place during quali and doing in the race, because then people don't watch all the sessions. Like the stands were empty for F3, F2, Porsche
Come
sessions.
on, guys, get there.
So we were there just trying to hype people up and everything. So I was sitting in FP3 in front of a guy, a kiddo. He was not more than 16, 17. And every single time he saw Liam come through, he would like whistle at him, boo him. And I was like, how do you
anyway,
know
that
it's
was me with a
Liam?
mask on.
It was so fun. And yeah, and people were so nice, except the security guy, but everyone else was so nice. And yeah,
So, though, haven't you? You've got some show and tell.
oh yeah, I was given stuff, like really cool stuff. I don't know where one of the things is because my dad saved them, but we were in the Carlos 10. So this
Oh, it's
is
beautiful.
Oh,
this
Oh,
is what
that's
they gave us.
gorgeous.
I mean, it's not official or anything, but it's so cute with the chili and stuff.
That's gorgeous.
And they were like, everyone was like, Ali, what's wrong?
That's lovely.
I mean, if I ever
That's
see you
such a
have
nice.
three of this, and I don't think my mom is going to wear them, so I can give you one of them, okay? Then, after all the science fiasco, my mom went to the Lego. And she got me one of the
that's so
mysteries,
cute.
and it was the Red Bull because it's so cool. They have all the cars, like all the sizes. You can buy
So
anything you want, and I show you the pit stuff, like thingy for the passport. And then I went to the F1 zone, like the F zone after quali, that it was F3 and F2. And like they were
oh,
handing these, the community managers.
they're so nice.
But that's not only it. Like the campus community manager saw me and she helped me pull through a joke. And they gave me
Oh,
to,
very
Oh
nice.
my God.
What a
yeah,
haul. This is like Christmas
it
for those who
was.
celebrate.
And the only thing that was bought was this. Oh, and the Carlos
That's so cool.
because it came with the ticket. But and they gave us a flag,
Uh,
the flags. I don't know where that is. So yeah, and I surprised all the F2, F3 kids, and they were like, "What the hell are you doing here? Like, why are you acting like a fan?" And I was like, "It's fun, it's fun." And yeah, no, everyone was. Oh, and one fan gave me this, which is a meme from Pedro de la Rosa, which says, "How beautiful it is, Antonio," because that's what he always says when something cool happens with Fernando or Carlos on track. He's like, "Qué bonito, Antonio." That's from a fan. And no, yeah, really
I love
cool.
it.
They did quite well this year because all these fun experiences they usually were behind this grandstand, which is like 10 minutes away from my stand, walking, and it's like God. But they did two this year, and it was so cool
Mm.
because then people can experience more. But it's those things that they have the blast and the simulators and all of that they're going to take that probably to Silverstone as well in every single fan zone. The only one missing this year was that one that you could take a picture with the drivers. You were going to
Yeah.
that was missing, but I think that's because Lego was in that like space. But it was cool, and yeah, it was really, really nice. The drivers were so cool. Like they were saying hello to everyone, and we were hyping the crowd. And I was on TV after
Yeah.
You were
an
on TV.
awful Friday. I just was on TV every single day. And the pictures
I sat up and I went, Connor, it's Nat.
but the thing is that the images, that's my pen. The images you saw from Quali, they were not put in the official Spanish broadcast because they saved it for the race day. And like we were so mad because everyone was like, what do you mean you were on TV? We didn't see you. And turns out they were saving the images for Sunday. And then everyone was like, you are on TV. Can you stop being on my TV? And I'm like, I don't make the rules. But it was so cool. And I think the best thing is that every single category had a Spaniard. Wait, Mac froze. And that's why the car was so hype. And that's my take. Oh, and Kimi went off just in front of me. I didn't see it because I was looking at the results, and when I looked up, I just saw the whole like smoke thingy of the, and I was like, oh shit, I should have recorded that, but I missed it. But then the place where when Max had to give back position, I have that video because it was right in front of me. And something you need to know is that we were in this, our stand was next to the Max stand. So yeah. But this year it was like everyone was like, oh, and the other one was like, no. It was so fun. Yeah, and we were doing waves together. But this year was worse than the other years because they were not as participative as other years.
It was rough out here as a Carlos Sainz fan. It was rough.
Yeah, the one
him and Colapinto were together.
Yeah.
It's the devastation of looking down at the bottom of the grid in the bottom four where all the Hispanic Latinx community and I was like, what are we doing here? Move.
Safety car was such a lifesaver because everyone was already bored, and then I looked up and my dad was like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do, and I hit him and I was like, that's a safety car, they cannot run. I didn't hit my dad, okay? I wouldn't even like, what do you mean?
A gentle cat.
What do you mean? That's obviously a safety car. And yeah. And I was like, they need to beat them. They need to beat them. Please, please, please. And they did. And those, I still don't understand why Red Bull thought the hard were a good idea.
I think they messed up the strategy in qualifying and in FP1 or FP because they didn't have another tire.
Yeah. Yeah, they keep making little mistakes at the moment, which is just costing them fractions of a second, but they're adding up. And it's just not good.
So
in the crowd, everyone was happy that finally was another anthem than the Dutch anthem playing. And something I never did was stay for the podium because queues and stuff to get up for the parking lot, but that's another story. It took us 1 hour and controlling the whole traffic, my mom and I, from our zone to be able to get out because it was chaotic. But I stayed for the podium just because I was like, oh, I like Oscar is nice. I like him. I'm gonna stay. It was so nice. But I did not go to the track.
So can we start with the Max problem?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good place to start. Yeah, the media is not a good place to be if you're a Max Verstappen fan today. It's very interesting to go if you go and look at some of the headlines. Because we're British media, we can kind of pick out the British bias. Obviously, he's been a bad boy. Some barge. Oh no, he's done some RG things this weekend, but the media is not good.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not thriving with the Wi-Fi today.
The problem is also that it was against a British driver who has become a British favourite. So it made it even worse. And obviously the previous stuff that happened between Max and George as well has just amplified it tenfold. I like both Max and George, so I'm like quietly staying in the middle, like just not helping. But as a George and Max fan, Max was very in the wrong. And everything that happened was really unacceptable. And then also the behavior that he showed afterwards was not good either. It was very unsportsmanlike, and it made the whole atmosphere so uncomfortable. Watching him storming out of the car kind of again soured the atmosphere for everything else.
And he was not going to be like penalized or anything for the offside overtake, and they were just like, give it back, your car is faster, you'll get it back, and he just ruined everything. Like I have not heard I haven't seen the race properly for seeing somehow yet. So I just can say what I saw on track. It was that, and then another like weird situation with another team is like we saw it with our own eyes. Louis did not want to let Charles through, even though Charles was faster. Literally in front. I don't know if I managed to record that, but he closed on Charles in front of me, and we thought, that's it. This is another 2016. They are going to have the same crash in the same corner behind us, and we're going just to hear the tires screech because it was crazy.
There was a lot of like hot-headedness on track this weekend. There was a lot of like battles between teams, and then like just I don't know. Again, we know I famously don't like Charles Leclerc, but even I was like, Jesus Christ, Lewis, like you are going slower. You need to abide by race rules. And if this was him in front of you, you'd be the first person to say, well, let me pass.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why for some drivers on track at the moment, it seems worse this last year. The tension's high this year. Like it's just, you can't have one rule for one driver and one rule for another.
A lot of argy barge, and we do not like argy bargy. Please be in the Megan Smith world. That is called argy bargy, and we shouldn't be doing that. Let's behave ourselves, ladies.
It's also for Ferrari and Red Bull, Lewis and Max. The frustration is very high because they don't get points, places. Their car are very slow, and they let their frustration on track, which is not okay. But we can see that they are done at this point.
I don't think he's going to regret it, but I don't think Lewis is going to think that moving to Ferrari was a good option.
I did say this to Connor during the race as well. I said that I hope that the Lewis fans are seriously listening to the Carlos Sainz fans now, because we tried to warn you all. We really tried. It's just not the spectre of a team that it once was. And I don't know whether that's through upper management or sports psychology. I think the sports psychology of Formula One at the moment is diabolical. I don't know why. It seemed to be better 10 years ago than it is now. Even looking at Lando and how Lando's in such a bad place mentally a lot of the time. And it just seems like he does not have the support at his team. And I don't know what the factor is for that, because surely, we're more educated right now as to mental health and how mental health affects performance in sport. We need to be looking into this, because, you look at clips of Lewis Hamilton now and clips of Lewis Hamilton when he was winning, and there's such a shift. And I get that people sometimes are bad sore losers, or it really affects them, but you shouldn't be feeling that negatively. That's affecting your sportsmanship.
Look, like, I know it's weird, and it's not weird what I'm going to say, but look at Fernando. Like,
exactly.
Same team, 2023, he was podiuming and everything. Then they changed it something, and he was like, okay, it's not working, but we're going to keep trying to make it work. We're going to try to, and maybe it's age.
Maybe.
I don't know, but he's not.
I just feel bad that me, a 20-something-year-old, has to look at a poor man in his 40s who's a Formula One driver who's a millionaire, and I just think, oh, bless him, what sad.
Right, sad. Like, oh my.
I should not be sitting here as someone in their 20s just try and make it in my day, and just go, oh, I want to give this 40-year-old millionaire F1 driver who's living a very nice life a hug, because he looks like he's just gotten all beaten out of him.
Yeah, I've literally just looked up
Like,
and made eye contact with a photo of Daniel Ricciardo in my room, and
yeah,
I
just feel heartbroken for him. And to cheer us up, can we talk about the real legend, Nico Hulkenberg, who got P5 in a Sauber?
Absolutely.
What a day for that man in a Sauber.
When he overtook Lewis, I looked at my mom and the girl who was sitting next to me, and I was like, how sad it is to be overtaken by a freaking steak Sauber. Like, what's wrong?
That's genuine talent, baby.
That's why.
Go on, Hulk. Yeah. Podium incoming.
And then
insane.
And what we're saying about Max, he's like 1 point away from missing a race due to a race.
Yeah.
And well, talking about race bans, in F3, there's one dude that he's going to miss the whole Austria round, because out of 12 points that they can have for penalties, he has 18. And it's his first year in F3. Like,
Kevin Magnussen, eat your heart out.
He was literally in Freca last year, and I don't think they have that in Freca, like penalties and stuff. And it was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Nicola Corte. I'm sorry you had to like DNF because of your own fault, because he did.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yay!
I was joking with that on like, when he spinned off, I looked at the girl who was next to me, and I was like, well, that's his birthday present.
If you think about it like that, it can only get better on your birthday. It's going to be a good year for him.
He got a weekend off. What else does he want?
Exactly. I would like to talk about the process of phoning in sick to work for a Formula One driver, because not only are you calling into your team, Lance Stroll, did he turn around and say, Dad, my wrist hurt? Or did he have to phone someone and be like, can't come into work this weekend?
No, he was on track till quali. We saw that. But turns out the doctor who did the operation on him was like, that's what we heard on track. So it's a rumor. They invited the doctor. Like, as if they've invited him since he had the accident and he cured and he had the operation, blah, 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 blah. And he made a kind of gesture on touching his wrists, and the doctor was like, I don't like that. So now that we finish the sessions, come to the office for a second, we check, and something was wrong. And like, the doctor declared him unfit. It's not him that he did not want to race. It's that something was not okay. And I don't know, maybe if they like, I don't know how to say it.
Might have strained it or something. Strained, yeah.
No, it was like the bone, the calcium from the bone was going into the wrong place or something like that, and it was going to cause that he could not move it or something like that.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And because
that doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound like that should happen.
No, but it's like this same like kind of injures Dani Pedrosa from MotoGP, and Marc Marquez had it on the arm. And Mark, since he had the money to like pay for the operation and everything, he could save that part. But Dani Pedrosa, it was, in Spanish we say calcificar, which means like the calcium becomes solid, and that damages the area. So that's what was happening to him, like in this case in here, and that's why he needs the operation. And poor little thing is going to miss also his home Grand Prix. That's the explanation we heard on track.
Yeah, well, I don't know if this was true or not, but I have I seen this. I thought that the doctor that did Lance's operation was the doctor that did Daniel's operation.
Yeah, everyone was saying that. I think it's Dr. Mir, which he's it's weird that something like that happened with him, because he's the renowned name in every single motorsport.
Well, that's the thing, because that obviously Lance asked Daniel about it because he's like a renowned sports physician, and surgeon.
So I think that was that he did not wait the enough time before jumping into the car. And now,
but then with broken bones as well, is they're really tricky, because I've had broken bones and I've broken both my elbows, and one healed much better than the other one. I mean, I've still got, my arm is still wonky on one side.
Ali, I broke my elbow and my arm is still on one side.
Yeah, if I like put my arms together, it's like, can you touch your shoulders? Can you touch your shoulders?
No, well, I can touch it on I can touch my shoulders, but I had to get like wires put into this one so it would function again. So maybe I had this Dr. Paulson. I don't think I did. Oh, look at that.
One's fine. I can go like that. Look, it's fine. That is, I can touch it like that, but then as soon as I lift up, it hurts. Wow. There you go.
We're just
my Formula One career is over.
Cool kids break their elbows.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous about this whole Lance Stroll thing, because what if they ask one of us to drive an F1 car? I've never driven an F1 car.
Right. I don't have a license.
I tried an F4. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Nat should do it. Nat or Alessia should do it. We broke our elbows.
I did 6 driving lessons before I had a panic attack in a roundabout. Does that am I qualified?
No, I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
I still scream sometimes in roundabouts, so don't worry. I never take the inside place because I'm terrified of them not letting me out.
Do you know, I look at I think, is it Bella James at the moment, keeps getting like to test drive cars for like Alpine and stuff, and every time I see her I'm like, this would be so mortifying, because if if I got big and famous and a brand was like, would you like one of our cars, I can't drive.
I apparently am too. I need to be wearing glasses. I got my eyes tested last year, and they said, "Oh, please say you're not driving." And I was like, "No, don't you worry."
Oh, so you need to be like Jensen Button in WEC with his little specs.
Yeah, I can only see up close. I can't see far away.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. That we could drive together.
We could do it. There we go. So if we could get like, if only it wasn't a single seater.
Sorry, I'll about the other one. That's easy.
I'll hold on to the halo or something.
Play. Okay, well, sign us up. Felipe Drogovic can get out of the way. We're on it.
But I call the strategy.
Yeah, Nat's going to be in our ears. Alessia can do a
PR
BT boss, and we'll have a
PR. I do PR.
What's Cam doing in this? What's Cam going to do? Is Cam going to be our physical trainer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
great.
He can just help us with I don't know, the stewards or something. Engineering something. He can do.
Name of this episode: Downforce goes to a Grand Prix. Real, not clickbait.
Literally, we went to one.
Yeah.
If someone gives us a pedal pass, we would accept.
I know the kiddos. I can move around. That's it.
I promise that I won't run immediately up to Mark Webber and attack him if you let me into a paddock.
No,
mention
never.
him again. Penalty.
It's been a while, guys.
True.
I'll just helm with the feeder. We need one with feeder series, so I can be like annoying the Spanish drivers.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing to do. Annoy them. And everyone was saying hello to the stands, like every single Spanish driver. When the races were finished, they were like, and I want to drop something in the air that if he doesn't hear this, it's fine. I will just DM him. Pepe Marti, what did you do in the formation lap that you scared the crap out of me? Because we think he wanted to say hello, but he almost ran onto Fornaroli's back. Like he almost overtook him, and I was like, can you not wave like a normal person? That was scary. That was a penalty. But
we wouldn't do that. Me and Ali wouldn't do that when we were driving. Don't worry.
No,
none of that
never.
stuff.
None of that.
But he's so funny, because I went to the fan zone, and I was like first in line because my friend went before me, and I was just there with my things to sign, and he was not looking up, and I was just like, hi. He looked up at me, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, I cannot visit you at work. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. Can't come say hi to you at work.
You're like his older sister coming to piss him off at work.
That's
Yes.
exactly what I did. And then Maddie came, and everyone was like, Maddie. He came and he was like, mwah, mwah, 2 Spanish kisses. And he was like, I've seen you today on turning 12. And I was like, I know. Yeah, I'm
living the dream.
Annoying sister.
As you should.
So cute.
Addict sister.
Yeah, always. I would also reprimand them if they did something wrong.
Please do. Please do.
Like,
you gotta like swing up for it. Yeah. Why I oughta.
Yeah, no, they were so cute, everyone. And Carlos saying hello and coming to the stand. But he went to the year I'm in the left side of the stand, he goes to the right. The year I'm in the right, he goes to the left. Dude, I'm
manifesting. I'm manifesting now. I start proper Spanish lessons next week.
Yeah.
So I will no longer be just Duolingo certified.
Nice.
But I will go to a Carlos Sainz grandstand one day and I will speak to that man. I'm telling you now, this is on record.
Manifested. I think
Yes.
Cam got the podium right. Or I think he said Oscar and Lando, and he said Kimi. I told that dude to stop saying Kimi. He was always cursing him.
Right, from now on, Cam is no longer allowed to say a rookie name.
Another rookie we forgot to mention, it's Isaac. Like, he did so well.
Insane.
And
I literally stopped at one point and was like, love you, Isaac.
I know. What's
and
like?
That's coming from me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing that I also have on like record, if you want to see it, like it's half. It's Fernando overtaking Carlos. Some of them could have gotten higher up.
Yes.
And yeah, but it could also have happened that Max would have gained more like time gap and not have fallen so behind.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
Do you know who I feel bad for? Because it's been such a high. Alex Albon losing 2 front wings. Like that was such a. I think it's worse that they were doing so well the past. Like the momentum was building, and then suddenly it was front wing galore at Williams, losing all of that.
It was literally both times. I was like, not again.
It was just one thing after. It was one front wing change back in.
I still don't understand why he got the penalty when it was clearly Liam's fault.
Yeah,
right.
Liam was crashing into everyone. Like, I don't know what he did, but he was crashing, like going into everyone.
And then
he got away with a lot.
Into Ollie as well.
Yeah, he got away with a lot this weekend, and I have no idea why or how.
Like, well, we were going to riot against him. Like, people were, woo! Not only the kid. Like, I was surprised when a lot of people were booing him when he was passing. But yeah, he won that title. He won that by being how he is.
Yeah.
Well, he did say he's here to race, not to make friends. So.
Well, he's doing very well at the not making friends. So you know.
Yeah.
Oh well. What am I? Who am I? You know, you killed your Wi-Fi with your anger.
Yeah.
That's pure Scotland behaviour. That is.
Scotland. Yeah, this is someone who got back in Scotland. I got all weathers. I got rain, hail, sunburn, wind. It was great. Loved it. I feel revitalized. My culture's back. This country can't change me. Freedom.
You take the girl out of Scotland, but you can't take the Scotland out of the girl.
Oh, I said that like in one of my Instagram stories when they took away my signs. I was like, but my friend's signs got
in. Read that. Yeah, I saw that.
I was with my friend's signs like, woohoo! And a friend of mine caught it and recorded a video of me and tagged me, and I was like, they can kill the man, but never his ideas. And I was like, there. Yeah, I was trying to hype up the crowd because it was dead. Like, this is one of the worst. Out of the 3 years I went to the Carlos stand, this year was dead. Like, I don't know what happened, but
it's because I wasn't there. That's why.
Probably.
I'd be leading the rebellion.
Yeah. Next year.
Hopefully.
They don't take it away from us to go to Madrid.
Well, I've been to Madrid and I love Madrid, so
yeah, but think as the Madrid ring as Monaco too.
Yeah, I know. This is what I was saying to a couple of people, is that, like, I've been to Madrid. Those streets are narrow. I don't know what we think we're doing here, but
it's not going to be better than Barcelona. Every single driver
never
loves Barcelona.
I said this. I was like, Barcelona is like one of my favorite tracks ever.
And something I was told is that winter testing is coming back to Barcelona, and it's open doors. So pack your bags in February.
I was going to say, see you February time then. Okay.
We'll be there. Everyone early break.
Because it's like, oh my God, we're running out of time.
Yeah. Anyone got any last thoughts? Anything to pass on in the next week?
No.
Enjoy the time off. Yeah. Enjoy the relaxation.
We need it. Off. Yeah.
And we'll see you in Montreal.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye-bye.